This is Tunde Thompson. This video is going to be teaching you on how to use the market structure plus your fib retracement to trade any of the markets, be it crypto, be it forex, be it indices. So if you are here to subscribe to my channel or you are here to follow me, please take a minute to do that now before we start the lesson. So I'm going to be giving two examples on the bullish market and two examples on the bearish market. The first thing you will want to do is to identify your recent highs and your recent low first of all. You wait for either the high or the low to be taken out. Since I'm going to be using a bullish example, then I waited for the high to be taken out first. I use my fib retracement tool to measure the high and the low. What I'm using the fib retracement tool to do is I want a 50% retracement back into the structure. Then that from the 50%, that is where I want to buy the market. If you are here to watch our YouTube video on market structure, please do well to watch it so that you are going to have more knowledge about market structure. If you are wondering how I got the fib retracement tool, look to your left hand side. The third icon, you are going to see fib retracement. So that is where you are going to see your fib retracement tool. So I take it again, I measure the high and the low. Then from this point, I can place my buy in this market. So I stretch it down, I put it up. I just want to target a 50-50 trade in this market. I place the buy order risking 1% of my account. For clarity, this is just a demo account. This is not a real account. So let's see how this plays out. So we got tapped in. Not so long from it, we hit our take profit. For continuation's sake, I want to identify my recent high and my recent lows so that I'm going to continue with the trade. After identifying my recent high and my recent low, I have to take the former ones off and again use my fib retracement tool and have the 50% retracement. Then I place my buy order just below the 50% because sometimes the market retraces more than 50%. Then I remove the fib retracement tool. Then I place the order at 1%. Then let's see how this plays out. After taking horse in, then I noticed that we've created a new high, so I move my take profit to the new high, then the diagram again to the new high. So not so long from that, boom, we hit our TP. So this is one example on how you can trade with structure and the fib retracement tool. Let's take another example. This is another example, BTC USDT daily time frame. So I identify my recent high and my recent low. Then an high has been taken out. Then I can label this as my higher high and also my lower low as well. So one thing I want to do after I've known my real structure is actually to use my fib retracement to measure from the high to the low, so that I'm going to be having a 50% retracement. Then that is where I want to place my buy and also my stop loss below the low. Then I can now remove the fib retracement tool. I also want to be targeting an external liquidity, which some of you might not understand now, but along the line on this channel you are going to understand that. I'm going to be risking 1% of my demo account and I've placed the order already. Then let's see how this plays out. Immediately we created a new high and not so long from that it took us into our entry, so I had to take my higher high to a new position. Then boom, we have our final take profit. Then we can continue like this, drawing a new diagram as well using our fib retracement and at the same time measuring a 50% retracement level. Taking the continuation again, I had to identify my recent high and my recent low and also my fib retracement to know where our 50% retracement is, and also entering the position at the 50% retracement. Then I place my order on 1% of my account. Then let's watch the way this also plays out. One thing you want to watch out for when your order has been filled is a quick movement away from your entry once you have been tapped in. So watch something like this, a quick move away, then not so long we actually hit our take profit. Yes, so this is going to be whole example on the buy market. So let's go on the sell market now. Same thing is applicable on the sell market, that is the bearish market. All what you just have to do is just to identify your recent structure, your recent high and your recent low, and the continuation of the structure, which is the lower low and the lower high. A bearish market always indicates that a low has been taken out, so we just need a continuation of structure. So I label my lower high and my lower low so as to continue the movement in the market. So I took my fib retracement tool and I measured the high and the low, and we've also retraced past 50% of the market, which means that I don't need to enter the market at limit. I can enter it at the current market price. I entered the market at the current market price, risking 1% of my account. Then I want to see a quick movement away, not so long, we hit our take profits. We continue with the same structure again, moving to the recent high and the recent low. At the same time, using my fib retracements to know where I'm actually going short in this market. I use the fib retracement to mark out where I want to go short. Then now I can remove it. Then I place my order 1% of my account at limit. Then let's watch the way this plays out. Our recent low was taken out, which it didn't tap our entry. This is one thing I want you to know. These things happen in the market, so you don't beat yourself up. All what you just have to do is just to move to the recent high that was created and identify your recent low. It's not all the time we tap our 50% retracement. That is one thing I want you to know, but move on if that did not happen. So from here now, I can use my fib again to measure the high and the low. Then I'm going for this trade and I can remove my fib again now. This is the hint of this video. Inside the 50% retracement, there is usually something they call a fair value gap or another block. So there is a fair value gap, and what is a fair value gap? A fair value gap is actually a space between three candles. In my next video, I'm going to be covering what a fair value gap is and also what you should look for inside a 50% retracement of your trade. I place my sell limit inside the fair value gap. Then let's watch how this plays out. See the quick movement away from the fair value gap, and boom, we hit our take profits. Then continuation of structure, we move our risk to the recent high and also to the recent low, using the fib retracement to measure the recent high and the recent low. We created a new lower low without entering 50% retracement. It's the game, so we have to move on. We created another low again without entering 50% retracement, so we have to move on and identify our recent high and our recent low. After identifying my recent high and my recent low, I can see that there's a fair value gap right up there, then which I am going for inside the 50% retracement level. I had to remove the fib retracement tool again, and then I can now place my sell limit at 1% and inside the fair value gap, and let's see how this plays out. It taps us in inside the fair value gap. You see the quick retracement away from the fair value gap. This is another example of the sell market. This is NZD/USD. So the first thing you want to do is to identify your recent high and your recent low before you will be able to say fine, you want to trade this market. Then I noticed that there was a mistake in my identification, so I had to modify that, and 50% retracement has been done here already, and also another extra low has been broken. So this can be my recent high and also my recent low. So I can say I want to go short at the current market price, since obviously we've made a 50% retracement in already. So I use 1% of my account, then not so long we hit our take profit. So I can keep doing this for us. So let's take another example on this continuation of structure again. I identify my present high and my present low using the fib retracements to know where the retracement is. Then I remove the fib retracement. Then I can see that there's a fair value gap here. Don't worry, I'm going to be teaching the fair value gap, so I can move it to the fair value gap where the fair value gap is. Then I risk 1% of my demo account. Then boom, it took us in, then it sold us off again. So let's continue with the same structure again. Our recent high and our recent low, then our fib to know our 50% retracement level, and then we can measure it and go short. But I can see a fair value gap right inside again. Then that is where we are going to be taking our trade now, 1%. Then it took us in, it sold us off. We have come to the end of this video, so if you like this video, do well to like, comment, and also if you have any question, do well to drop your question in the comment section. I'll be there attending to all the questions. Thank you for watching.